6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Shazia Rahman. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed to speed up process of privatization of loss-making state-owned enterprises to save national exchequer from further drain. Minister for Planning says Pakistan is committed to fast-track implementation of projects under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The United Nations Security Council in its emergency meeting in New York has failed to take any action to deal with raging Middle East conflict. Israel has announced a total blockade of besieged Gaza Strip while death toll of Palestinians is unabated. Israeli airstrikes has risen to over 500. Hurriyat organizations of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir have expressed solidarity with the oppressed Palestinian people in face of Israeli aggression. New Zealand have set a victory target of 323 runs for Netherlands in the sixth match of ICC Cricket World Cup at Hyderabad. And now, the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwar Kakar has directed the relevant authorities to speed up the process of privatization of loss-making state-owned enterprises. He was talking to Minister for Privatization Fawad Hassan Fawad, who called on him in Islamabad today and apprised him of progress on privatization of these enterprises. The Prime Minister said privatization of loss-making enterprises is vital to save the national exchequer from further loss. He said role of Special Investment Facilitation Council in this regard is commendable. Caretaker Minister for Energy Muhammad Ali called on Prime Minister Anwar Kakar in Islamabad today. Matters pertaining to Ministry of Energy and Petroleum Division came under discussion. A detailed briefing was given to the Prime Minister on the measures to promote foreign investment in the mineral sector in Balochistan and other parts of the country under the Special Investment Facilitation Council. The Prime Minister was also apprised about the reforms in power sector and crackdown against electricity theft. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwar Kakar has directed to ensure the provision of the best facilities to Haji pilgrims at a low cost. Chairing a briefing on the performance of the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony in Islamabad today, he said, massive steps should be taken to make the Haji-like religious obligation easier and cost-effective. The Prime Minister said a strict vigilance of the private Hajj tour operators should be ensured so that the pilgrims performing Hajj under the private scheme not face any difficulties. He directed the ministry to present the Hajj Policy 2024 at the earliest for final approval of the Federal Cabinet. Newly appointed Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Naveed Ashraf called on Caretaker Prime Minister Anwar Kakar in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister congratulated Naveed Ashraf on assuming the command of Pakistan Navy and expressed his best wishes. The Prime Minister hoped that Pakistan Navy will continue to play an active role in national defense under the leadership of Naveed Ashraf. Professional issues pertaining to the Navy were also discussed during the meeting. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwar Kakar has expressed deep grief over the devastating earthquake in Herat, Afghanistan. In a tweet today, he expressed heartfelt sympathy for the people affected by the disaster. The Prime Minister said Pakistan stands in solidarity with the Afghans during this conflict and difficult times. He said National Disaster Management Authority has been instructed to send maximum support to Afghanistan. Anwar Kakar said Afghan government has specifically asked for sending medical team, field hospitals, 50 tents and 500 blankets. Minister for Planning and Development Sami Saeed has reiterated Pakistan's commitment to fast-track implementation of projects under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Talking to Chinese Ambassador Jiang Zedong in Islamabad today, he said work on special economic zones has been expedited. He said the government is taking vigorous steps to further improve security of the staff working on the CPEC-related projects. Saudi Ambassador to Pakistan Nawaf bin Said Al Maliki said Saudi Arabia is ready to take advantage of investment opportunities in Pakistan. He stated this during a meeting with the caretaker Punjab Minister for Primary and Secondary Healthcare, Dr. Jamal Nasir, in Lahore today. The Saudi ambassador reiterated his determination to further strengthen long-standing relations between the two countries. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign nationals residing illegally in Pakistan have 22 days for voluntary repatriation to their native countries. No action will be taken against illegal foreign nationals, including Afghans, until the 1st of the next month. The deadline for illegal foreign nationals to voluntarily leave Pakistan is November 1st. The repatriation of undocumented foreign nationals to their native country from different parts of Pakistan continues. According to details, more than 50 families returned to Afghanistan in 20 trucks via the Tokhum border during the last 24 hours. The Afghan Commissionerate has made appropriate arrangements to facilitate the repatriation of Afghans and their record maintenance. United Nations Security Council at its emergency meeting in New York has failed to take any action to deal with the region-ragging Middle East conflict. The Security Council did not consider any joint statement. China's ambassador of the UN, Zhang Zhu, said it is abnormal that the Security Council doesn't say anything. The ambassador of United Arab Emirates, Lana Zaki, said he thinks everyone understands that the situation is the grave concern. As the death toll of martyrs of Palestinians in Israeli airstrike reaches over 500, Israel has announced unabated a total blockade of the already besieged Gaza Strip, including a ban on food and water. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant, in a video statement, said Gaza Strip to go under complete blockade. Gaza Strip, with over 2.3 million hostages, is already under a siege for the last several years. Hamas spokesperson Abdel-Latif Al-Kunao said that Associated Press that the group's fighters continuing battle outside Gaza have captured more Israelis. China, while stressing for implementation of two-state solution to resolve Israel-Palestine conflict, has asked international community to take action to cool down the situation. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Mao Ning, during her regular briefing, said the issue should be settled comprehensively through political consultation. She said China is paying close attention to the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Hurriyat leaders and organizations, while condemning Israeli aggression in Gaza, have expressed solidarity with the oppressed Palestinian people. APSC leader Mansoor Abbas, Ghulam Muhammad Khan Sapori, Yasmin Raja, Muhammad Yusuf Nakash, Zamruda Habib, Maulana Musaib Nadwi, Professor Zubairi, and Umar Mughal, in their statements in Srinagar, said, just like occupied Kashmir, Muslims in Palestine are also being subjected to brutal treatment. The leaders urged the international community to take notice of the plight of Kashmiris and Palestinians and resolve these two disputes before it is too late. In the sixth match of ICC Cricket World Cup, chasing a victory target of 323 runs against New Zealand at Hyderabad, Netherlands were 7 for no loss in 3 overs a short while ago. Earlier, New Zealand scored 322 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 50 overs. And finally, the weather. Partly cloudy weather is expected in upper parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind, thunderstorm is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir, Islamabad, Pothohar region, and northeast Punjab during evening or night. Dry weather is likely in other parts of the country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan.